Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making a steak salad, one of my favorite recipes from my new cookbook. This has a juicy, flavorful steak sitting on top of a bed of fresh, tasty vegetables with a homemade dressing that I know you're all gonna love as much as I do. So, let's get started. For the ingredients, we're gonna start with the marinade, and we're gonna need 4 teaspoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, or the juice of about half a lemon, 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, a large dash of freshly ground black pepper, a dash of red chili flakes, and a dash of dried minced garlic. For the steak itself, we're going to need about 1 pound's worth of thinly sliced ribeye steak, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And for the salad, we're going to need about 4 ounces of arugula, 1 cup of cherry tomatoes that we're going to halve, half of an English cucumber that we're going to dice up, half of an avocado thinly sliced, and 1/4 of a red onion thinly sliced. And finally, for the dressing on the salad, we're going to need half a tablespoon of stone ground mustard, half a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and half a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a dash of salt, and finally a dash of black pepper. Whew, now I know that was a lot of ingredients, but the best part of this recipe is that you can prep portions of it days in advance, so that when you're ready to enjoy it, it won't take as long to make. So we're going to start off with the marinade, and all you need to do for this is take a medium-sized bowl and then add in your soy sauce, the olive oil, the lemon juice, the Worcestershire sauce, the garlic powder, your basil, thyme, black pepper, red chili flakes, and the minced garlic, and then mix all those together until they're well combined. And if you place this marinade in an airtight container, this will last you for about a week, giving you plenty of time to prep it ahead of the meal. And it's here where I'd like to ask you to also whisk in that like button for me for this video. It really helps the channel reach more people and helps boost that good old YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel to see more recipes like this one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And as usual, stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. So now moving on to the star of our dish, our thinly sliced ribeye steaks. You just want to generously season both sides of the steaks with kosher salt and black pepper. And then once you do that, all you need to do is press the seasoning into the meat. Now to marinate the steaks, what I like to do is take a large Ziploc bag and place the steaks into it. And then I like to pour the marinade we just made over all the steaks. Give the bag a slight toss to make sure that each part of the steak is fully covered. And now you can just allow your steaks to marinate for at least an hour or overnight in the fridge, time permitting. But if you do allow it to marinate overnight, just make sure you take it out of the fridge and allow it to come back to room temperature. Otherwise, when you cook it, the steak will seize up on you and you'll end up having a dry steak. So while we allow our steaks to marinate, this is the perfect time to make our dressing. And for that, all you need to do is whisk together the stone ground mustard, the Dijon mustard, the balsamic vinegar, your olive oil, the salt, and the black pepper until it's all well combined. And we can just set that aside for now. And just like the marinade before it, This dressing can be made way in advance of you making the steak salad. All you would need to do is transfer this into a dressing bottle or a condiment container and store it until you're ready to use it. Moving on to preparing the rest of the salad ingredients, we're going to take our cherry tomatoes and halve them lengthwise. And make sure that you're using a sharp knife here, as tomatoes can have a pretty tough skin compared to their insides, so you don't want them slipping on you as you're cutting. So a sharp knife is always the way to go when it comes to slicing a tomato. Moving on to our English cucumber. What I like to do to dice up the cucumber evenly is to take our half of an English cucumber and slice that in half lengthwise, slice those halves in half again, and then finally all together, cutting against the grain, making thin slices of the cucumber, which will result in bite-sized quartered cucumber pieces. And for your red onion, you want to create thin slices along the length of the onion, and then just slice those in half and break apart the layers of the onion so that you have many pieces to work with. So now that our steak has had time to marinate, we want to heat a large cast iron skillet or a frying pan over high heat or 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 232 degrees Celsius. You want to pour a teaspoon of olive oil into the skillet and allow it to heat. And when your oil is smoking, that's when you're ready to add the steaks to the pan. And this is a really quick cook, so all you need to do is cook it for 1 minute on one side and then flip them and cook them for another minute on the other. And once that's done, you want to transfer them to a cutting board and allow them to rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Our goal for cooking the steaks is to create a nice sear, and if you see a part of your steak that didn't get a sear on it, just go ahead and press it against the pan until that sear forms. Once the steaks have had time to rest, you want to thinly slice them across the grain in preparation of building the salad. And the cook of the steak we were going for was about a medium, and if we take a closer look at one of the slices of steaks, I think we hit it. Look how juicy and tender the steak is, and I'm telling you, it's full of flavor. It practically melts in your mouth. So right before making the salad, you want to prep your avocado slices. And all you need to do for that is take your avocado, slice it in half, take out the fruit of the avocado, and thinly slice it lengthwise. And I like to take those cuts and slice them in half just to spread the wealth of all that delicious flavor and texture of the avocado throughout the salad. So to form the salad, you want to place the arugula onto a large serving platter or a mixing bowl. You want to add in your halved tomatoes, your red onion slices, and your diced cucumbers. And you just want to gently toss all of these ingredients together until they're well mixed. So I like to transfer a portion of this salad mix onto a large plate, and then I like to place our thinly sliced steak onto the top of the salad. And I like my salads with an extra portion of steak, but feel free to use less steak in your portion if you want. I'll just tell you that once you bite into your first piece of steak, it'll be really hard to resist not eating the steak all by itself. But moving on, we want to add in our sliced avocado to the sides of this plate. And finally, you want to drizzle our homemade dressing over the entire salad. And now your steak salad is ready to serve and enjoy. And just like that, you've made a steak salad right at home. I've said it once and I'll say it again, this is hands down my favorite salad recipe. Put a plate of this in front of me and it's gone in seconds. The flavors that this marinade infuses into the steak cannot be denied, and it is simply mouth-watering. The salad elements, as well as the dressing you make, create this unique umami effect that I know all of you are going to enjoy. And for a variation on this recipe, you don't necessarily have to use a ribeye cut of steak. You can always use your own preferred cut of steak for this recipe too. But as always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. Or feel free to click on the pop-up for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button for me. It really helps the video. And if you want to see more recipes like this one, hit that subscribe button too. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And if you think this recipe will help another fellow chef out there, feel free to share it with your family and friends as well. And stay tuned for next week where I try to make this classic Italian dish, stuffed shells. A lot easier than many people think. Well, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. You can check out more recipes on my page now, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.